Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out something very special. This is a TV show that I've been wanting to watch for a very long time, and I'm so happy to finally be bringing it to you over the next 9 weeks. And that TV show is, as you can tell by the title of the video that you clicked on, Band of Brothers. I am really excited for this show because I heard it was a Spielberg-Hanks production, which is awesome. I know they collaborated on Saving Private Ryan, which I've seen, but I saw it like 10 to 12 years ago. So after I'm done Band of Brothers, I'm going to rewatch Saving Private Ryan because I don't remember really anything about it besides the opening scene, as sort of a reward for finishing the show. I've heard this show is epic, and you know what else is epic? For only $3 a month, you can watch Band of Brothers early, 1 week early on my Patreon. Thank you so much if you check it out. There are so many other movies, TV shows, Star Trek, if you're into Star Trek, on my Patreon. Check it out if you would like. Thank you so much if you do. And now let's get back to the video. And before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So when we turn the light, we said what color it should be. Boop! Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so the lighting today, I'm going to be going green. Oh, that's kind of like a turquoise. I'm wanting more like a green color. Like that. Just kind of in honor of their green army outfits. Okay, I'm expecting a really mature series on the tools of war, the friendships you make during war. I know Band of Brothers implies that there's going to be a pretty nice cast of characters that get to know each other, although I do assume that some of them will die eventually and it's going to be very heartbreaking. But yeah, I don't really know anything about this show, so I'm really excited to be getting to the first episode right now, which is episode 1, Currahee. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I hope you enjoy.
Maybe we're just dumb country people, but where I come from, but a lot of us volunteered.
Who would like to volunteer?
For Pearl Harbor, right? That's what started America getting into the war.
So he says, what the hell is the airborne? Nobody ever heard of it.
Dude, paratroopers is insane.
Medals, I didn't do them for accolades. I did them because it's what had to be done.
Guy says, well,
I love having the actual soldiers on.
but you get paid $50 a month more. So that made it $100.
Dude, sign me up, $50 a month more. That's a lot back then, though, too. I'm really excited for you guys in the comments to be helping me with my World War II knowledge. If I get anything wrong, I would love a correction. And then also, let me know how accurate this series is to real life events, real life stories, and stuff like that. David Schwimmer! What's Ross doing in this show? I can already tell the music is going to be amazing. Now I do wonder, is this show going to be a patriotic look at World War II, or is it going to be just this very visceral, real look at World War II? Is that our whole cast? That's a lot of people.
Box Company! Now in 5!
That's a cool haircut.
Move it up! Come on, gentlemen! Let's go! High winds on the drop zone. No jump tonight.
Oh, okay, no jump.
Or stand down. Two sergeants, take charge.
That would actually be suck. You know, you're preparing yourself to go and then it's just cancelled.
I think it's clearing up.
Yeah, it does look like it's clearing up a little bit.
I think it's clearing up.
I think he thinks it's clearing up.
Happy hour, huh? Yeah. Happy hour.
It's happy hour somewhere in the world.
Civilized place for civilized men.
Should have been born earlier, Nix.
Earlier you fight in World War One. I guess World War One was mostly just Europe. 2 years earlier. Are we getting flashbacks?
You people are at the position
No way.
of attention.
No way Ross is a drill sergeant.
Think for Conte, but you've got a long way to prove that you belong here. Your weekend pass is revoked.
Oh, not his weekend pass.
Rust on the butt plate hinge spring private bullshit revoked.
Oh my days.
You want to kill Germans?
Yes, sir.
Not with this.
I wouldn't take this
Hey, he didn't revoke the pass.
man and their infractions. Every man in the company who had a weekend pass has lost it.
Oh my days.
You thinking of blousing your pants? Shut up, Lon, all right? He gigged everybody.
Yeah, he did.
Is get down and you tell me if there's a tree on.
go on the road. PT formation. Let's move.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes the drill sergeant just does this, you know what I mean? But I guess it makes sense, you gotta toughen them up. Yeah, fair enough. Just leave the kid be.
What do we do? Do not help that man! Do not help!
See, drill sergeants though, they run with everyone, they do this exercise, and they also have to yell. That's a lot of work.
Top of this mountain!
Like, Russ doesn't even look tired. I noticed I called him Russ, by the way, I'm sorry.
That's for the 506, but that is not good enough for Easy
Oh
Company.
my god. He's really good, actually, at playing a drill sergeant. No, when you're watching movies and stuff, you never really, like, guess the weight of all the gear and stuff, you know? It never really hits you, but it must be, what, like 50 to 70 pounds probably of gear. Maybe less, maybe 30, 40? I don't know. It'll be heavy, though, that's the thing.
Lieutenant Sobel does not hate Easy Company, Private Random. He just hates you.
Oh.
Easy Company, canteens out and open.
On my command, they will pour the contents onto the ground.
Oh, what? Why?
This man ordered to not drink from his canteen during the Friday night march.
He was.
Oh, so this was like showing them that they hadn't drink.
All 12 miles of the march immediately.
Yes, sir.
Fall out!
Oh my days.
And under my command, this will be the first and finest company in this regiment.
Okay, I believe him.
What infraction, sir? Find some.
Really? Really?
Stand in the door.
It's so interesting seeing all this training, though. Oh. Oh, I guess you'd have to train to just go through stuff like that, wouldn't you?
Sir, you have 50 minutes to the top and back, and I will be watching. What are you waiting for?
Your time has started. Oh, they're all doing it. They're all doing it with him. Okay, at least these guys are. Dude, these are real brothers.
Pornography, contraband.
You're not allowed porn? What are you supposed to do?
These men aren't paratroopers yet, Lieutenant. They have no personal property.
Oh my god. Is that...
What is this?
That looks like Simon Pegg.
Thievery in my unit. Whose footlocker is this? Private Parks, sir. Get rid of him.
Oh my god.
All weekend passes are canceled, officers included.
Again, all weekend passes.
Carry on.
Dude, people actually probably want to just stamp on his face.
Lieutenant Winters?
But I can understand his toughness because they're going to get to war and they're still going to feel unprepared. You know what I mean? Like, that's how harsh it's going to be.
Report to the mess kitchen at 0515 hours. Company breakfast to be served at 0600.
Yes, sir.
That sounds like a demotion. Mess officer.
Sure. I like spaghetti.
Ah, spaghetti. That would be so nice. Different food.
He ain't supposed to be orange.
This ain't spaghetti. This is army noodles with ketchup.
Spaghetti, close enough.
Spaghetti's a mortal sin. Don't want it on. No, I'm eating here. Hey, good.
I'm eating here. I'm eating here.
Running up Currahee! Move! Move!
Oh my god, he knew this was gonna happen. He knew they were gonna be eating a lot and then running.
Oh, let's go!
Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen.
We never land upon our feet, we always hit our ass.
Oh, look at him. He's kind of amazed.
We never land.
You must be proud of them. Come on. Yeah, he is. He is. David Schwimmer's doing an incredible job. Oh, this is interesting how they pat each other. Go! Oh, he's scared. Did you see that? Whoa, that was such a cool shot.
Any refusals in the aircraft or at the door, and I guarantee you, you will be out of the airborne.
Wow, just like that. It makes sense though. They don't want anyone who's scared to jump when it matters. That's an incredible shot as well. Now imagine parachuting and then just gunfire around you.
How do you expect to slay the Huns with dust on your jump wings?
I want you to know that I'm damn proud of each and every one of you. Now, you deserve this party. Thank you, Sergeant Grant. Remember our motto. Currahee! Currahee!
Currahee! What does that mean? This has to be a training exercise, right? Is the 2 lines on his head, is that his rank?
Come in our killing zone. We're right out there somewhere. Let's just get him. Sir, we have...
Look, he's panicking a little bit. He's a good drill sergeant, but when it comes to the real deal and stuff, he kind of panics.
Move out. What? Tactical column.
No, this is bad. They're all gonna die. Wow, that was so genius.
You.
Why do you leave 3 on the ground?
You'll learn him pretty quickly. No flaws, no vices, no sense of humor.
So, he gets a little jumpy in the field.
Mm-hmm. He gets jumpy and then you get killed.
Yeah, he gets jumpy for sure. Yeah, his troops just aren't trusting him. See, that's the thing. You can be tough as like the sergeant and stuff, but when it comes down to it, your troops need to trust you that you're gonna do the right thing, and he hasn't done the right thing yet.
I, of course, know, but I told you I'd have to kill you.
So don't tell me.
Fair enough.
City, troop ship, England.
Here we go. We're heading to England.
Since when do I drink?
This guy actually is a robot. No drinking, no humor, no flaws.
Dear sir or madam.
Wonder how long the trip over was, like 2 weeks or something?
Now, some lucky bastards headed for the South Pacific. Oh, I would give.
Someone lucky is heading for the South Pacific. The South Pacific was brutal during World War II.
No matter where we go, once we get into combat, the only person you can trust is yourself and the fella next to you.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's the Sobel in combat. I'm moving on down the line. Look up with some other options.
Wow, no one wants to be with Sobel.
I'm a Jew.
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
Get your nose out of my face.
Okay. A lot of fade outs. September 18th, 1943. We are finally in England.
Position R, that gives you cover and concealment. Commence fire!
So prepared position. You actually like create it yourself beforehand.
That German.
Oh, wow.
Sobel's late.
Oh, no. I wouldn't rely on Sobel with my life.
There should be no...
Dude, he just panics. You can't do this in war.
Sobel's lost again, right? Yeah, he's lost. He lost.
I wouldn't want to get lost in somewhere like France with him. You know what I mean?
3-3. Isn't that the intersection?
No, sir, it's here. You were full grid off.
Oh my days. Dude, this guy's like, what are you doing, Sobel?
I think it's Major Horton, sir.
Damn, hold up, Mr. Sobel.
Oh my god, they're all in on it.
Move left with second. I'll be right up the middle with third. Go. Yes, sir.
This guy can lead in war. Sobel? No, no, no. I'll just go the other way, thank you very much. Who is this old man?
You've done it now, Yanks. You've captured me.
Wow.
Would that be the enemy?
Yeah, that's definitely the enemy.
Who was the idiot who cut that man's fence? I was
Yeah. Now his cows are loose. Now you have to get him new cows.
Major Horton is on leave in London.
Oh my god.
Get those cows out of here.
Get them back to the man's farm. Oh, I love the little town vibes though.
With Captain Sobel's compliments, sir.
Oh, it's not going to be good. I hope they keep the name badges for the rest of the show because it really helps me with names.
I followed your orders to the minute.
I changed that time to 09:45.
No one told me.
Yeah, shut up.
Sir, you should have delegated your task of latrine inspection to
No.
another officer.
I'm starting to actually really dislike him, Sobel.
You spend your weekends on the base anyway, Dick. Be a man, take the punishment.
See, he knows what he's doing is wrong.
My endorsement, sir. I request trial by court-martial.
Oh, yeah, he knows he's in the right.
So we're going through with this, right?
We gotta do something.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
We'd all better be clear of the consequences.
Don't care.
They're gonna kill Sobel or something? I'm actually nervous what they're about to
Let's
do.
do it.
Are they gonna beat him up or something?
No longer. Wish to serve?
Oh, they're just writing a letter. Okay, thank God. I thought they were gonna do something violent. Yeah, you could actually just be kicked out of the army for this.
This is nothing less than an active mutiny while we prepare for the goddamn invasion of Europe.
Wouldn't you rather people say this, though?
You consider yourself lucky that we are on the eve of the largest action in the history of warfare, which leaves me no choice to spare your lives.
They were actually gonna shoot them. But you have to listen to the letters. If, like, half of the paratroop doesn't want to jump with Sobel, there has to be a reason, right?
Speculate, sir. Most of the men would never do this, but...
Yes, thank you. Thank you for asking him.
School at Chilton Foley. The idea is for non-infantry types who are vital to the country.
He's not taking the drink well, is he?
Frankly, I can't think of anyone more qualified to command such a school than you are.
Sir?
So he wouldn't have to fight. He wouldn't have to jump for real. You take that.
War effort needs you elsewhere.
Oh my God. Dude, his heart just broke.
Permission to speak?
But the company's gonna love it.
No, sir.
It's so crazy that the army can just move people around however they want. So does that mean there's going to be no court-martial now that Sobel is gone? May 31st, 1944.
Third squad, second row,
Look at the mud.
A few lads, actually, so I can get your mince pies from some of this Jerry Clobber, if you know what I mean.
Sorry, what did you just say?
Sure is a doozy. There's pucker, isn't it? What? Eh?
What, eh?
Still having a bath if you think you're half inch in that.
Oh, British slang, so funny.
So when things got really bad, the man in the foxhole next to them would be the best.
Yeah, that's true. People who volunteer want to be there, right?
These guys for what, 2 years? I've been here for 6 days.
This is the new guy. This is the replacement.
Ramsbury. Pottery.
That's a long way away.
Saint-Marie-du-Mont, causeway number 1.
Normandy. We're doing Normandy in this show.
Airborne's objective, gentlemen, is to take the town of Carentan, or Carentan, thus linking Utah.
He said it in French and then he said it in Americanized version.
Yes, Dukeman. Sir, are we dropping tonight? When it's time for you to know, we'll let you know.
Imagine not knowing.
Right here in this area, Saint-Marie-du-Mont. Easy Company will destroy that garrison.
Easy Company's got to do it. So the paratroopers are flying over the beach and dropping in behind, so they're basically flanking them both sides. Is that what I'm getting?
AT&T, this bullshit, and a pair of nasty skivvies.
That's a lot of stuff.
Heavy. Condoms? I don't know, probably. What you got?
That's a big box.
Whoa. You got...
Oh, wow.
Boys, don't let your families miss out on $10,000.
That's a lot of money.
If it were me, I'd tell him. A couple hours before we jump?
Yeah, not the best motivation.
These things on us now.
It's just an extra 80 pounds strapped to your leg.
80 pounds.
Here's the night of nights.
Tonight you jump.
Great adventure for which you have trained for over 2 years.
Oh my God, look how they phrase it too.
Socked in with rain and fog. No jump tonight.
Okay, we're back here. We're at the start of the episode.
I woke up.
Something happened to me. Got the wrong goddamn jacket.
No.
Nobody did anything.
He's gonna keep reading the letter anyways.
Remember this? Maybe 3.
Just checking the skies. June 5th, 1944. The longest walk in the world, and then the longest plane ride in the world. Is the black face paint just for like effect, or is it actually for something like camouflage or something like that?
Got something you might be looking for.
Oh.
You read it?
Yeah, you did.
Sorry about your brother, Bill.
That is Bill. Oh, that is Bill. I wasn't sure.
I'll meet up with you over there.
I don't know if Bill's coming back.
Good luck.
What other words do you have to say? I am so stressed right now, and I'm not even getting on the plane. But Winters, the fact that he's just helping them all up one-on-one. Got a little emotional for some reason. I tear up a little bit just watching them get on the plane. I quite like the soldiers right now. I've gotten to know a few of them. Who knows what's gonna happen next? The music is fantastic right now as well. Takeoff time. Oh, and we have liftoff. Looks like they got actual bombers like this to fly, or drop planes, whatever you want to call these types of planes. Look at all of these people, all of these paratroopers. Wow, what a shot. And the music again, man. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh my god, what a shot. And the boats and stuff too. Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force, you are about to embark upon the Great Crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. Good luck, and let us all beseech the blessings of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking. Wow, that was an incredible first episode. That was an incredible first episode. The production value of it, the acting in it, just... I can already feel the emotions of it. And we're only one episode in the flippin' 9-episode story. And that was my reaction to Band of Brothers Episode 1, Currahee, which was the motto of their station in Georgia, I believe. Don't get me wrong. I think it was Georgia, but I could be mistaken. I don't really know what the motto means. If someone would please describe that to me, that would be interesting. But I feel like it just means, like, I don't know, togetherness, courage... I don't know, something along those lines, because that's what I felt in this episode. And you know, but at the end of the episode, I was actually getting a little emotional. Like, I could feel my eyes welling up a little bit. And even watching the credits, I was just kind of listening to the beautiful, beautiful soundtrack. And like, even now, I don't know if you can see it, but my eyes are starting to well up. I don't know, it was just like seeing we've been with the characters for what, an hour and, I don't know, 5 minutes, and then they start getting onto the plane, and some of the characters were really nice, but it was more so just the thought that these men are going off, you know, into the unknown, into the abyss of night, onto a beach somewhere in France, in Normandy, and then is in France, I believe, or is it in Belgium? I'm not 100% sure on that one. Is it in France or in Belgium? But they're going to the beach, they're getting dropped off, they're flying, they're going to drop off onto the other side of the beach so they can flank the Germans, but who knows who's going to come back out of these characters. And I quite like a few of the characters, you know what I mean? I don't know a lot of them yet. I'm sure I'll get to know a lot of them on this basically 9-hour journey. It's like a 9-hour movie. But right now I don't know too many of them, but Winters, I know, Nixon, I know, like some of those guys. Bill, you know, Johnny, who's going to come back? Who's not going to come back? And I was just kind of thinking about that, and I was like, wow, this is actually what it'd be like. And then I was thinking about, like, waiting. Can you imagine not knowing when you're going to be getting on that plane, when you're going to be jumping? You just have to wait and wait and wait, and all of a sudden one morning you get a letter and it says, today is the day that you might die, you know what I mean? But you know, it words it like it's the coolest thing of all time. It words it like, this is the greatest adventure of your life that you have been training for. And you know, I guess you have been training for it, but in that moment when you're reading the letter, your gut just must fall to the floor, must fall to your feet. Your feet would have your stomach inside it. That's how far it must drop. Because I would probably faint or something if I read that. Like, I don't know. These guys have so much more courage than I think I will ever have, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a great look into the start of, you know, America getting into the war. I'm interested to know at the end of the credits it said this is based off a true story, and I guess, you know, World War II, true story, everything like that. The events in this movie are probably all real, but I was wondering about the characters. Like, it showed a bunch of guys at the very start of this episode, like real people who fought in World War II, who are paratroopers, and I was wondering if any of the characters or all of the characters were based off of the people that we saw in the talking heads at the start of the episode, those real life figures. That would be really interesting, but if not, it could be just based around their stories, other paratrooper stories, and like real battles and stuff. I also found it really interesting that, because I said at the very start of this that I've seen Saving Private Ryan before, but I only remember the very start of it because that opening battle scene is super famous, and I've not only seen that when I watched the movie like 10 to 12 years ago, but I've also seen it in a bunch of film classes that I've taken because it's a very famous war scene in a movie, right? So the Battle of Normandy in Saving Private Ryan, I am very acutely aware of. And it's very interesting to think that these paratroopers, you watch Saving Private Ryan or you watch Band of Brothers, whichever one you watch first, and you think and you go, wow, the movie Saving Private Ryan, when you're watching Band of Brothers, is happening right under the planes, you know what I mean? And so you can kind of put that scene from Saving Private Ryan when they storm the beach together with what I'm assuming in the next episode at the start is going to be the paratroopers jumping off of the plane. And I think that is very interesting and very cool that both Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks decided to do that. They almost made this little universe inside World War II with films and TV shows and stuff like that. Is very interesting, and I think it's very cool, and I think it's also very insightful for people because they have two separate approaches. And I really like the paratrooper angle of this show, actually, because I feel like paratroopers are almost forgotten about. You know, you always talk about like people on the ground and tanks and stuff like that, the pilots and everything, but I feel like I don't hear that much about paratroopers. But I feel like that was one of, if not the most dangerous job, because you're jumping out of a plane with parachutes that probably aren't the most reliable while being shot at by tanks and missiles. Maybe not a lot of missiles. I don't know how many missiles were used in World War II or anything, but definitely tanks and artillery weapons and stuff like that. And, you know, even people's guns, if they pierce the parachutes, you're going down, right? You're probably going to die. So I feel like they need to be talked about more, and I don't really know too much about paratroopers, so it was really cool seeing kind of their training and just seeing a whole squad of paratroopers. I thought that was really interesting. Besides that, I think the characters are pretty cool. I love Winters. Winters is awesome. Sobel, played by David Schwimmer, I thought was a really cool character. I don't think we're going to be seeing him again, but he was very interesting because I liked how hard he was, and I guess it's the job of the drill sergeant to be hard on their squad, but it was cool how hard he was because at first, like, you hate him. Like, everyone else in the platoon, you hate him. You're like, why is this guy doing this? I just want to beat like his face in, right? But then when you think about it from an outside perspective, you're like, it makes a lot of sense. Even if with like the eating spaghetti stuff and then making them run up the hill, it seems cruel, but you know, if you're on the battlefield, you may be eating your dinner 1 second and then running away from gunfire the next second. You never know what's going to happen. So he's just kind of like preparing them for anything. And it was interesting how he was so good at the preparation stuff. Like, he prepared them so well. Even Winters has to admit, Sobel prepared him so well. But then when it comes to actually implementing the training into real life scenarios, Sobel failed where Winters succeeded. And I really liked how the shift happened halfway through this episode, and you're like, oh, Sobel is actually not very good here, but Winters is. And then you start to really latch onto Winters a little bit, and by the end of the episode, I really loved Winters as a character, and I'm excited to see him progress in the show. And I really pray that he does not die, because if he dies, it'll be tears. It'll be so many tears. I hope no one in the platoon dies, but I know people will die because it's World War II and a lot of people died, and there's no way no one is going to die on a show that is based in World War II. But I just hope it's not Winters and not Nixon. Although Nixon I can see dying because he's not Winters. I just don't want Winters to die, that's all I'm saying. Yeah, besides that, I mean, the production value was amazing and stuff like that. The buildings, the sets and everything were incredible. The extras in the background were great. There's some, like when they're at the training camp in Georgia, again, I think it's Georgia, they had like the map painting in the backgrounds and stuff. They all looked really beautiful, really high production. This show came out September 2001, I believe, and it looks great to this day. Anyways, that's going to be it for my reaction. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. Remember, you can follow along my Band of Brothers journey. Early access on Patreon for only $3 a month. You get every episode a week early. So if you want to stay ahead of the game for Band of Brothers, you can check out my Patreon. I got a lot of other things on there too, like Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. I'm watching the whole show right now. I also watch Star Trek TNG, all the other Star Trek movies, and a whole ton of other movies, 400 plus other movies to explore on my Patreon if you would like to check it out. Anyways, if you don't want to check out my Patreon, you can see me next week for episode 2 of Band of Brothers, and if you want to join my Patreon, you can see me next week for episode 3 of Band of Brothers. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next Band of Brothers reaction.